welcome to your weekend edition of LMU Community TV News. I'm Ashley Hurley. We thank you for joining us. A recommended sentence of 24 years was given to a man found guilty of murder Wednesday by a Bell County grand jury. On February 13, 2014, police were called to a domestic argument involving Gary Baker Jr. and his son, Joshua. Testimony during the trial stated that Joshua suffered from a stab wound in the chest that went into his heart. After a reenactment of the incident, Baker Jr. sat in the middle of the courtroom crying. Two court officers then escorted him back to the witness stand and court went into recess. Commonwealth attorney Karen Green Blondell followed closing arguments in the case by showing a photo of Joshua and asking the jury for justice. The sentence is only a recommendation and the court will reconvene in the upcoming weeks with a final sentence for Baker Jr. A Stony Fork man was fatally injured after he received a snake bite during a recent church service. According to the Bell County Sheriff's Office, in a press release, they state 60-year-old John David Brock was handling a snake during a Sunday morning church service. The service was taking place at Mossy Simpson Pentecostal Church in Jensen when the snake bit him on his left arm. Brock then refused medical treatment and went to his brother's home. Brock then later died from his injury. The Bell County coroner, Jay Steele, was called to the home where he pronounced Brock dead. Deputy Patrick Brooks of the Bell County Sheriff's Department is handling the case. The launch of the tobacco-free Lincoln Memorial University is happening this Saturday, August 1st. For purposes of the policy, tobacco use is being defined as the personal use of any tobacco product, whether it is to be intended to be lit or not. This does include smoking tobacco or other substances that are lit and smoked, the use of an electronic cigarette, or any nicotine delivery through vapor devices. Also included is smokeless pouches, any form of loose-leaf smokeless tobacco, and the use of unlit cigarettes, cigars, and pipe tobacco. Students who wish to stop using tobacco are encouraged to contact Student Services for information about smoking cessation programs. Faculty and staff who wish to stop smoking tobacco are encouraged to contact the Department of Human Resources for information also about cessation resources. All members of the LMU community shall be responsible for compliance with this policy. It is expected that all faculty, staff, students, contractors, and visitors will voluntarily comply with the spirit and intent of this policy. Violations of this policy will be dealt with in a manner that is consistent with university procedures. Fines and citations will not be a part of the basic enforcement of this policy. However, the discipline policies applicable to students, faculty, and staff shall be invoked if necessary to secure compliance with this policy. Some areas of the community experienced some heavy rainfall Monday, while other parts didn't see a drop. During the afternoon storm, LMU's tennis complex experienced some significant damage. As you can see from the video here, the fence surrounding the side of the complex was completely blown off its foundation. It is unclear how long it will take to repair the fence, but there is currently caution tape surrounding that area of the complex. Well, a very big announcement was made Monday that is going to have a big impact on one of Lincoln Memorial University's graduate programs. To find out what that announcement was, stay right here.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
every day across America. Excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back. The Duncan School of Law has a new dean. Tennessee Supreme Court Justice Gary R. Wade has accepted an offer to become Dean and Vice President of the Lincoln Memorial University John J. Duncan Jr. School of Law. President B. James Dawson introduced Wade as Dean on Monday at the Southeastern Association of Law Schools Conference in Boca Raton, Florida. Wade announced on Friday that he would be retiring from the Tennessee Supreme Court in September following 9 years on the state's highest court. Wade was elected by his fellow justices to serve a 2-year term as Chief Justice in September of 2012. He was then re-elected to the Supreme Court last year in a retention election. Wade and his wife of 44 years, Sandy, have 3 children and 4 grandchildren. You are invited to come out and join LMU Community TV and the community as a whole as we celebrate the University Medical Clinic opening at their new location in New Tazewell this Saturday. Many of you will remember the location being home to Radio Shack and CNC Office Supply. The new location will feature 18 patient exam rooms, a well waiting area, as well as a sick waiting area. In addition to primary care, UMC services will include pediatric care, women's health, early prenatal care, smoking cessation, sports medicine, osteopathic manipulation, and rehabilitation, along with those childhood and adult immunization injection, allergy shots, on-site laboratory studies, and x-ray services are also provided. The UMC, operated by LMU DCOM, has 2 locations in Harrogate and New Tazewell. Both facilities are open to the public, and appointments may be called by calling 423-869-7193. Same-day appointments are available and most insurances are accepted. For more information on the University Medical Clinic, visit their website at lmu-umc.com and be sure to come out and meet and greet with the community as we celebrate the opening with a ribbon cutting and tours being given throughout the day. The celebration will kick off between 9:30 and 10 o'clock this Saturday morning, and we look forward to seeing everyone there. This week has been packed with several new faces showing up across the campus, so let's take a look at some of the events that have been going on.
Here with LMU Community TV News, and I have
Tyler Wilson.
All right. And Tyler is a first day medical student here, and we're going to see how his first day is going. Tyler, how has your first day been?
It's been great. It's been really nice. It's hot. I'm sweating. This little bit of nerves and a little bit of humidity, but it's going well. They're treating us like a family. So.
Oh, that's really great. How long have you been here today?
Well, I moved down here on Saturday, but we've been here this morning since about 7:30.
Okay, great. So that's a long day for you. Yeah, and so this is your first day as a med student, correct?
That's right. That's right.
And what are you really expecting from med school?
Well, I'm expecting to occasionally get outside these first 2 years, but it's going to be a lot of books, but a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
That's really great. Optimistic. How did you hear about DCOM?
Well, I'm actually from Bristol, Tennessee, just a couple hours down the road, and so I would be shadowing different doctors, and around that area there's a bunch of residents from LMU, so I actually talked to some of those students that have been through and sold me, so here I am.
All right, great. Well, thank you for the interview, and good luck on your first day.
And we look forward to hearing from more students moving onto campus and getting started here at Lincoln Memorial University in the upcoming weeks. Now, let's turn to Joseph Lewis, who is going to tell us what we need to be seeing coming into theaters this weekend.
Hello, I'm Joseph Lewis, bringing you all the latest information in the world of movies. Now playing in theaters following a rare Wednesday opening is Vacation, a part sequel, part reboot for the popular comedy franchise, now starring Ed Helms as a grown-up Rusty Griswold, who attempts to bring his disgruntled family closer by whisking them away on a family vacation, with their ultimate destination being, you guessed it, Wally World. Leslie Mann co-stars as his sister Audrey, along with Christina Applegate and Chris Hemsworth. But perhaps most excitingly, Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo will be returning to make brief appearances as Clark and Ellen Griswold. This weekend also brings audiences the release of the summer's fifth entry into a franchise with Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. Once again starring Tom Cruise as secret agent Ethan Hunt, who finds himself forced to reassemble his team from the IMF in order to take down the Syndicate, a mysterious and deadly organization of highly skilled, expertly trained assassins. Jeremy Renner, Simon Pegg, and Ving Rhames reprise their roles from the previous films, and the Usual Suspects writer Christopher McQuarrie writes and directs the film. Lastly, opening this week in limited release is The End of the Tour, a new character drama from the Spectacular Now director James Ponsoldt, in which Jason Segel stars as acclaimed author David Foster Wallace. In 1996, shortly after the release of his most popular novel, Infinite Jest, he begins a 5-day on-the-road excursion with Rolling Stone writer David Lipsky, played by Jesse Eisenberg. With great reviews from its Sundance premiere and an evocative, heartwarming trailer, The End of the Tour looks to be one of the year's most promising offerings, and its small initial release is set to expand over the coming weeks. With Vacation already in theaters and Mission Impossible and The End of the Tour opening Friday, it's a fairly diverse weekend for movies, and as always for Friday releases, be sure to check your local listings for special Thursday night screenings in the area. That's all for today in the world of movies. I'm Joseph Lewis.
And those look like some good movies to escape the heat and enjoy a cool break, but if you are wanting to know what is coming up in the music world, here is your concert calendar with Tyler Rowlett.
Hi, I'm Tyler Rowlett, and here's your concert calendar for the week of July 30th, 2015. Coming up this Saturday at the Shed in Maryville, they will have their annual birthday bash, and this year there will be a performance by the southern rock band Blackberry Smoke. For more information on that event, you can visit smh-d.com/events. Also this Saturday, Tim McGraw, Billy Currington, and Chase Bryant will be at the Riverbend Music Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Expect to hear songs from throughout Tim McGraw's entire career, spanning from his early hits such as Indian Outlaw and Something Like That, to his more recent singles such as Diamond Rings and Old Bar Stools. Also coming to the Riverbend Music Center this week is the Surf and Soul Tour featuring the Beach Boys and the Temptations. As the Beach Boys celebrate over half a century of making music together, you can expect to hear songs that span that entire half century. And with the Temptations as an opening act, you really can't ask for a better show. For more information on those events, you can visit riverbend.org. I'm Tyler Rowlett with 91.3 WLMU and LMU Community TV, and that's your concert calendar for the week of July 30th, 2015.
Earlier this week, we had a local artist in the 91.3 WLMU studio with Gary Daniels and Tyler Rowlett. We will have that full interview with him on our Facebook page, but here is a little preview for now as we say goodbye for this week, and we look forward to seeing you this Saturday at the DCOM Clinic opening, and we will see you back here on Monday afternoon. Have a great weekend.
Since I left home last week,